All right, everybody, welcome back to another week of Deus Vault. We're a
Poor
little light.
decisions and natural consequences.
We're a little late this weekend. Two of our members are missing, but we'll power through as we use the 50% rule, and we are over 50%. So last week, y'all got jumped in an alley again by agents of Dr. What's-His-Face. Evil
Doctor.
necromancer that you guys made very, very angry. Let me see if I can find him here. Um,
Um.
Gotta sort through all these notes. Not Dr. Anthony Balmanor, who was a necromancer the old previously pissed off by taking a mission for a library to go retrieve an overdue book from him. But rather than simply taking the overdue book and skadooting, you robbed him blind. At which point later you found out he's like a 17th level wizard. It's probably fine. That's how Alara lost her leg, was the first minion he sent after you. This time he sent a Slod, which is a chaos frog, essentially, who summoned a whole bunch of shadows to attack you. Some of you lost a bunch of points of strength. You killed him. You got some cool stuff out of it, though. Some stuff you were actually able to sell for quite a bit of money, and also some stuff to help with some enchantments that you had hoped to get done. You had left Salazar's after selling off dead frog body, and a slit in reality opened up. Orthax poked his head out and said, "Hey, time for that meeting." So we left off as you all had ascended to step through this portal to literal hell. Um, I don't know if Kristen's around to hear this or not. So do we need to wait a second?
She's looking for the.
It was definitely a rule.
Okay.
It was definitely a rule. Whoever's in the background. Um, All right, so as you guys step through, you step into an area and you look around. You are standing in the middle of a street. Around you, there is violence and darkness and people. So you remember the scene from Tortuga when they first get there in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yep.
It's that, but devils. And like, there's some people walking through with like other souls on leashes and people just getting beaten in the streets. And also, if you've ever read through the monster manual of the devils, you realize there's a heavy BDSM theme with the devils, which is hilarious. But anyways, uh all sorts of stuff. Orthodox looks around and goes, "Okay, hold on just a second." Waves his hand and it all disappears, and instead you are standing inside of a room that's maybe 20 feet by 20 feet by 30 feet tall, uh black walls with runes written on them. He's like, "Sorry, standard procedure, all right? Literally the rules are we have to bring you into one of these chambers with the illusions on, no exceptions. Anyways, it's this way. You guys get to go to the back rooms. Congratulations. You should be honored. Not many mortals ever get to see this part of hell." And he starts walking towards a wall, which slides open. And he steps out into the hallway of what the players would know as a semi modern office building. Everything is powered by magic instead of tech. But there are imps flying around with stacks of papers. There are horned devils walking down the hallways, and he's like, "Welcome to the real hell. At least the executive branch. Yeah, follow me." And he walks over a ways and takes you to a window and looks out the window. And down there, you see armies in formations marching and maneuvering, and you see a battle going on in the distance. He's like, "That's the military branch. Also, this is my only window privilege for I've had in like 6 centuries, other than going to other planes, and it was specifically to show you this." And the window just slams into a wall. He's like, "Yeah, we don't get windows in here. That's part of the thing. This is literal hell after all." So yeah, we're gonna go all the way down. Because the penthouse is at the bottom, because that makes sense. This way. And just a labyrinth of hallways and cubicles and never-ending office. It would appear.
That's my belt.
There are some of those cool like stock trading boards up on some of the walls, and there are certain rooms where devils are hollering over each other, trading souls and exchanging contracts. He's like, yeah, this is one of the contract floors. You can come here, buy, sell, trade contracts. This is the floor I sold yours on, Lara. Sorry about that. I needed the souls. You guys eventually get to an elevator, hop inside. He hits the button down to the 13th layer and he goes, yeah, I've never really been this deep. This will be first for me too. I got a memo to come get you guys. It wasn't like a call in for a meeting thing. Like, I got a memo. So beyond this point, it's going to be a new experience for me too. All the way to the bottom, straight to the bottom of hell. You guys go, because y'all are special. The doors open up, and it is the executive suite, essentially. Very nice, not crowded at all. As he kind of takes you into the hallways a little bit, and there's a reception desk up front with a succubus sitting at it. As you guys walk forward, he goes, thanks. I got the Florum DA here to see the boss. Supposed to be around this time. She looks up, looks at you all, looks back at him, and goes, wait here.
No reaction to the mortals in hell.
She's
I'm sure that's not everyday
Asmodeus's
experience.
receptionist. She's seen it all.
That's fair. Kristen, can you get that utensil?
There are no chairs to sit in to wait. Just a room to sit there and wait in. She doesn't move. She goes back to typing on whatever she's typing on. Hey, you guys have seen a keyboard once. Congratulations. This is a magic fueled one. Roll me a D100.
Who? Anybody?
Anybody. I don't care.
I guess
Gotcha.
I'm okay.
That's how many minutes you end up waiting. 40 minutes. No chairs. No windows. Nothing. Just silence.
Can I
can't
go over
remember.
and
Did they take our weapons?
Oh yeah, you still have all your stuff.
Okay, cool.
can I go look over at the receptionist's desk?
She's sitting right there.
Wait, we got a long rest, right?
No. You had a short rest.
Wait,
So you guys bought the stuff and things.
but he came to us in the dream, right?
He came to you in the dream like the night before
Yeah,
and said
and
he'd send somebody. And then
we-
you got into the fight with the shadows.
And then we went and sold stuff, and as we were leaving Salazar's is when he showed up.
Yeah.
So I should have this low of a health right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you got pretty riggedy wrecked in that fight.
Well, crap. Okay.
The only reason McGear is at like 2 HP is because you gave him all of your HPs. But you guys should have gotten a long rest somewhere in there, so you can roll hit die if you want to. Or not a long rest, or short rest, sorry.
Yeah, I'll probably roll a hit die. Will you roll one for me, babe?
Ironcloak, you come rocking up to the receptionist desk. She's sitting there typing on something.
I want to look at it.
You look around, and from your angle, you don't see anything. You just see her typing on a keyboard.
Can I
Which
walk?
is in... you can start to walk around.
Can I see the keyboard?
Oh, you can see the keyboard, yeah. It's in Infernal, or... Yeah, Infernal.
Have I seen a non, like, have I seen one of those in the like actual world before?
You saw one in the not SCP place. I forget what I called it now. Where the void was at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you saw one down there on the control panel that you use that Thule used to open it and then the bone collector used to put it back.
Well, wait, actually, we
Can
would
I
have saw
help
it seen
you?
two because there was another one where we looked up
Oh
all
yeah,
the
there was
files and
the
stuff.
terminal. Yeah, the computer terminal. Yeah, and you guys interacted with that. She doesn't even glance up. She just goes, "Can I help you?"
I was just looking at your. What I know it's called a keyboard.
No.
Your typing pad thing there.
When you start to stutter, she just looks up at you.
No, not those.
And finally, you spit out keypad. She's like, hold on.
Would you happen to have like?
I get off at 8, which it's never 8,
No, not.
but
I just.
you die.
I'm a dwarf. Okay.
I'm a succubus. I literally eat human souls.
That's fair. That's fair. Would you have like any?
But if it's worth it to you,
I think I'm good.
okay.
Would you happen to have like any magazines or anything we can read while we're waiting?
Wait, you know what a magazine is?
Scribbling like jotted notes and like trying to like artistically draw every demon he's seeing. Or not demon, a
Devil,
devil.
sorry. Wait, you know what magazines are?
I assume we know what magazines are
Sure.
or
You know who
pamphlets.
the pamphlet is?
Over and she throws one up on the counter, and it's Devil Trade Weekly, and it's just like a stock market magazine, but for souls.
Do you have a way to like translate this into something I can read?
Oh,
Okay. All right.
there's a centerfold of a horned devil and his underbridges in the middle, though. If you're
No,
into
I'm
that.
good. Thanks, though.
Yeah, horned devils are all men. In fact, I think Orthax might be one right now. No, he's something different. Hold on. Where's Orthax? I don't know. Anyways, oh, he's a Titavilis, whatever that is. So yeah, you go back and sit down with your magazine. No, you don't sit down. You stand. And about 40 minutes later.
Well, during that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast comprehend languages so I can read this magazine.
Okay, sure. You absolutely do. It starts talking about what happened in the soul market last week, the projections for next week and next month, given the sheer amount of souls coming down. Now this issue was put out like the day before, so after the whole demon invasion.
Well, actually, I'll wait till like right before, right as they come to get us, and then I'll cast it, and then like tell them I need a minute to finish the page I'm reading, and then I'll go into the conference room. Also, by the words of comprehend languages, as long as I can spend a minute touching whatever the written language is on, I can then read that language for the rest of the time I have comprehend languages. So for the next hour, I'll be able to comprehend.
Nice.
This.
So you wait until you see her get up from the desk and walk away. You cast comprehend languages. A man with bright red skin, cat slit eyes, polished black horns that curve back over his head and then up at the ends, and a very rich crimson suit comes out with golden embroidery. He goes, "Oh, Florentia, you're late. Anyways, follow me." I wait for no man, come or stay. And he turns around to walk back into his office.
Okay.
What y'all doing?
I mean, there's
Following.
kind of only one option, so it's just kind of like follow along.
Yeah. You can take the magazine.
I'll take it with
she
me.
Doesn't stop you. Awesome. You take the magazine with you. Into his office. Orthax starts to come with you, and the receptionist just holds out her hand. She says, "Not you. Wait." Oh man. Well, have fun, guys. Hey, put in a good word for me. I've been good to you. And the door closes. I imagine you have detect magic up.
It's always up.
Yeah. Immediately, extremely powerful protection class magic, whatever that is.
That'd be enchanting, probably.
Abjuration. Abjuration goes over the door and spreads over all four walls. Asmodeus turns around and goes, "So you're the ones who released the hordes, the abyss onto onto your plane of existence."
No,
Hmm.
that was Father Petrovich.
Hmm. You're the one who supplied him the tools.
Well, we supplied him with tools for something else. He corrupted those, which doesn't make it our fault.
I like your logic.
I mean, if you supply someone with something and they happen to use it to kill somebody, are you guilty of murder? No.
I don't know, if you happen to supply someone with, say, the Necronomicon, when you know that they are a grieving father with the express purpose of bringing their daughter back from the bed, and then from the dead, sorry, and then it turns into a giant zombie apocalypse, is that your fault? Hypothetically.
Right, but what we did, which in that sort of situation, I mean, I wouldn't know.
Figure does nothing. He's just watching
He's
this
staring
passively.
directly at McGear when he says this.
Yeah, McGear does nothing. He just stands there impassively.
Like, in reality, we're talking more about like supplying someone with a book, and then they happen to like use a spell that turns that book into the Necronomicon. We're not liable for what they do with the Necronomicon because it wasn't that when we gave it to them.
That's a fair point. Good banter. Anyways, now that we're done with that, you are one of the few groups that A, knows what's going on, B, have an idea of how to stop it, and C, might even stand a chance of stopping it, although not as you stand. Now, I'm not sure what you know about the cosmology of the multiverse, but demons and devils are inherently enemies. Mostly because demons want to expand and consume everything, devils want to rule everything, but the abyss, where demons are from, and hell directly adjoin and is the only gateway into the material plane. Therefore, natural enemies. Now, if we let this continue to spill out into the material plane, we'll end up fighting a war on two fronts, which we will lose. We don't want that to happen. We want them recontained. But before we go any further, there's more that you need to know. Something that maybe three other beings in existence know. Maybe. And something you'll never speak of once you're outside of this room. He stands up, and then from the tips of his horns down, he begins to change. Gone is the red skin and the horns and the black hair and the cat slit eyes. Instead, his skin becomes a pale blue, his hair golden blonde, his eyes glowing white orbs, and the hint of the black wings you had seen on his back, mostly covered by his cloak, become pure white feathered wings, and you are standing in front of a planetar, one of the most powerful celestial beings in existence. My name is Michael. Pleasure to meet you.
As in,
Yes, the Michael.
So the Michael is cosplaying as Asmodeus?
Would you like a drink before we continue?
I mean, I imagine the stuff you drink is probably going to kill any of us if we.
Oh no, I specifically brought something in for you all.
I would love one.
Sure.
Pardon the lack of history, but what happened to Lucifer?
Oh, Lucifer's in the abyss. Which is common knowledge. Like, even according to the All Fathers thing, he's not the king of hell. Lucifer was thrown into the abyss. Yes.
So this is supernatural.
Yeah, sure. Except hell and the abyss are different and hate each other. He goes and he pours a few measures. Now you know that the fallen angels were thrown into the abyss, right? In the All Father mythos.
Yeah.
Versus and hell and the abyss are different in that cosmology.
Is this him
Yeah.
talking to us or you?
No, this is me. This is the DM
Okay.
giving you
This is
a
what's on
refresher. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a refresher here, which I know I mentioned it at the beginning of the game, but that's been years ago.
Right, and I wasn't
So,
there,
and
so
Like 4 years ago.
correct. So they continue to breed down there and create demons. Devils are the souls of the bad people who don't get to go to the good place. That's how that works in this cosmology. And he goes over and he pours a measure of an amber liquid into a handful of glasses and distributes them. He grabs a different bottle, pours it in as a glowing blue, and he takes a sip and goes, "Oh, well then, let's get started.
Is that ambrosia?
Don't worry about it. It will kill you if you drink it."
Hmm.
Anyways, Asmodeus was never real. He never existed. It's always been me. I was given a charge by the creator after the war when he threw Lucifer and his minions into the abyss. Hell was then created as a plug to keep them contained, and I was tasked with running it. I was told that all of the evil souls from the material plane and all the other planes would be sent there, and their eternal punishment would be to fight back the forces from the abyss. Now, obviously, those types of individuals are not going to listen to an angel. Hence, Asmodeus. So believe me when I say, we're on the same side. The church and hell, as strange as it seems, in a certain way, we are on the same side. Neither of us want the devils to run the earth, and I want all the evil souls to stay here.
So, aside from the obvious mythos that we have been taught since birth and the conflicts that you're now injecting into this, what are you proposing?
Twofold. Firstly, I help you to equip not only yourselves, but also a strike force that can help in the coming battle. We know what needs to be done to stop this invasion. Obviously, we need to kill Baphomet, destroy the sword. I happen to know where a dash of gear is that's specifically oriented towards hunting demons. Number two, I need you to open the gates to hell as well as the abyss.
Well, hold on a second. Say that last part again.
So, dude, we are
Like,
actually playing D&D right now, and we're streaming it live
On your are you live on your Twitch
on
account?
Twitch. Everybody, my buddy from school. So, dude, they're in hell right now. FYI, dealing with the King of Hell.
Brian, what's your name on Twitch again?
D and Dorks. The O is a 0 because dork is an offensive word. Oh man, I hope I didn't just get us banned. Not that there's anyone there to report us. Let's see, where was that? Oh yeah. I need you to open the gates of hell.
Oh, there he is. I
Toby.
see you, bro.
for why?
So that our armies can come out and fight the demon armies.
oh, can you mute your mic? You got a lot of background feed coming through. I don't know if it's coming through your thing or if
Oh,
it's
that's
coming
better.
through like the camera.
That's a lot better.
So there's a couple problematic things with this. One, from
Hmm.
everything we understand, what would prevent someone who's got an infinite lifespan and an intelligence to match it from doing exactly what you've done so far to intentionally deceive a bunch of religious zealots into doing your bidding? Because
Oh,
if
these down
you,
here are the opposite of religious zealots. I rule them through might and intimidation. And
I meant
politics.
more like us. You brought us down here,
Mm.
turned into something that we would probably trust.
Would anyone like to insight check him, like Kedron? I feel like Kedron would be insight checking this guy.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
Right, but Kedron's not here right now, so and all of us suck at insight.
Here, I'm just gonna have Kedron roll an insight because he definitely would.
Yeah, I would like to roll
Also,
in.
anyone who would like to can also make like a religion check to see how well this lines up, I guess.
Can I also insight?
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
insight sucks, but my religion is decent.
I got a 19 in religion.
I'm gonna roll.
Let's see. Father Ironcloak, you cannot read this guy at all. You are stunned by the fact that you might be in the presence of the Archangel Michael. You're not sure.
Love
Uh,
how his insight is still better than mine with a nat 1.
whose? Oh, his? Yeah, right. Um, Kedron kind of leaned back to the seat and goes, he seems to be on the level. Let's see, who else? 19 religion. Actually, yeah. Again, hell being a plug there, the souls going there specifically to fight the offspring of Lucifer and his minions. That all matches. Is it that big of a reach to assume that the creator, whoever that is, put one of his in charge of it to make sure it stays that? To oversee it? Now, obviously, it's not mentioned in your holy text. Neither would it be.
Reasonable to assume.
Huh?
But it's reasonable to assume.
It's not. It doesn't directly contradict anything that's stated, other than Asmodeus is the most powerful and evil devil of them all. Right? Which again, you would want to be said about you if you are ruling hell.
All right. I'm assuming you're also going to want the gates closed after this is all done.
They will be closed. Yes. That's not a question. I can close them. Opening them is another matter. Opening them has to be done from your side. Now, there are cracks that individuals in small numbers can slip through. Obviously, that's how people like Orthax get through. Large scale, though, has to be opened from your side. It can be closed from my side, though, and it will be closed. I don't want them running around any more than you do, and more than that, I can convince them to come back for the most part. Because you remember the whole two-front war thing? The main front here is dying down because everyone has realized, oh, there's a better way out of the abyss. Once that's plugged, there'll be a massive resurgence. We'll need everything to the front.
So, if we were to agree to a deal, not saying we will, just if we were, one of the stipulations would be that anyone who leaves Hell when we open the gates would return before they close.
Within reason. There are a few individuals that you may want to stay. A few extremely elite bounty hunters, devil bounty hunters that hunt demons specifically. There's still going to be a lot of demons running around your world after this fight's over.
Right, but just like you're not gonna leave. There's not gonna be a ton of devils that are just gonna like hang out in our world after you close the
No,
gates.
like I said, the general call back to the front will be given as due to the fact that there will be a massive resurgence of demons trying to surge back against our forces, hoping to catch them while we're still putzing around on the material plane.
Right, but you get how we wouldn't like really believe you when you say something, you know, given the circumstances.
Agreed, that's why I offer a contract. If you wish, we can do this without one or with one, it's up to you. Now, what you get in return. One, a trove of gear specifically designed to hunt demons um, from my own contingent. I run a few enclaves on the material plane of demon hunters. They mostly lay dormant until there's call for them. They go to their post, they gear up, and they go fight. Actually, Laura, your
Yeah.
order used to contain quite a few of my people. Quite a few. They were some of my best hunters. Church caught wind, expunged them about 6 centuries ago. But great hunters.
That's
You wouldn't be interested in starting a new enclave, would you? You know what I am now. Literally, all they do is they hunt demons. Granted, they answer to me, but it's in their contracts that I don't make them do anything else.
Can I do a either history check or religion check to see if I remember seeing that anywhere in my studies?
I mean, it's going to be a nat 20 because this is not shared
I
knowledge.
would assume this would be more along the lines of like there was a great purge 600 years ago of a sect.
If anyone, Ilara would know about it because it's her sect that got purged.
well. Let me just check.
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be her sect because obviously her sect isn't that anymore. It's more that there'd be a
No,
group of
it was the history of her
heretics.
sect, right? A bunch of her people got purged out, and then it came back. So, Ilara, you have a lower history DC than anyone else if you choose to make it. Anyone can make it. It's going to be extremely high.
I'm not
Well,
rerolling it.
I did the religion, but I'll give the history.
Sorry. You can keep that same die roll if you want,
I
or
mean,
you can re-roll it. I don't really care.
I'll probably re-roll it.
That's fair.
No, not much better, but
Rings a bell. You know that there was a purge of heresy that happened, and it did pretty heavily focus on your group.
okay, all right. I will consider this.
Indeed, my offer stands, and I would even offer you powers and abilities to help in your endeavors. Meta, you have been offered a warlock contract. You now have the option of taking an infernal warlock contract if you so choose.
Duly noted.
Now that that's out of the way, that's what I desire. I would love to set up a new enclave. I'm giving you lots of gear, and more than that, if you can open the gates, one of my elite bands will be there to help you at the final battle. I can guarantee it. I'll try to congregate my forces around Vatico.
Okay, so you have laid out your terms on what you're providing. What do you want from us? Other than the
Good.
obvious of just continuing to what we're already doing.
Open the gates of hell so that we can help to get this done.
And how will we go about doing that?
There's the fun part. In the now abandoned enclave that has all of that gear that I mentioned, there is the framework for a portal. I wanted to set up in case I needed to come through for any reason. It can be slightly modified fairly easily with the right tools that I'm willing to provide to begin a reaction of opening the re-established gateways to hell all across the continent.
Hmm.
I don't see
Also,
anything wrong with this plan so far. What about you, Iron Cook?
So what do you get out of this, Michael Orthax? Or not Orthax, Michael, you know.
I get to continue to succeed at the job given to me by the creator. I get to recontain those things that are descended from the betrayer himself.
Right, but I assume you're trying to keep the the guise up of who you are, and I assume people will wonder why you gave up all these things just so we could open doors for you that you then close once you finish doing something for us.
The closing the doors is a secret part of it. No one will know about that except for us and the higher beings who enforce contracts. But whatever. Ooh, speaking of them, something else in just a moment. To with you again, Alara. Anyways, that part will be secret. I'll be opening the gates to hell. Now, when we help to fight back that force, because again, this is good for all of Devilkind, because we will be fighting a two-front war and we will be losing if these demons succeed in consuming the material plane. And they will. They will without intervention. And here's the thing, without more sentient mortal beings, no more devils. Where we get them from. We take the evil souls and then we corrupt them. Corrupt such wrong word. Bring out their naturally corrupt nature. They become devils. We put them to work either here in the offices or over on the battlefield, depending on the proclivities in life. That doesn't need to be hidden. We can't survive a two-front war. So that makes sense. Now, they would expect me to not mention the whole closing it after, and that'll be the great deception. Because as far as they'll know, that will be the thing that I hid.
Hmm.
But you all will close the gates. You and a few others that she'll have to help you. None of my people can know. But you'll close the gates. I'll provide you with the methods to do so, and it's actually simple. Closing the gates. Closing the gates, the easy part. You go back to where you opened it. You dispel the ritual. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All of the portals shut down. I can close it from my end, but that gets a little sketchy. If we're keeping this a secret.
And so, while all of your people are on Earth, up there, whatever,
Material plane.
the material plane, I assume that the only thing they will be doing is hunting these demons. There will be no scouring of souls and all of that from the material plane.
That I can promise. If people choose to sell their souls, then sure, their soul has never been forcibly taken by hell. That's a fun fact, by the way. Soul's never been forcibly taken. It's always been by there.
Right, but there'll be like your demons aren't
Devils
gonna
will do what devils
your
do.
devils aren't
They're
gonna go killing people. You know,
There might be a few that happen in war. You can't control an army entirely in any conflict, but primarily their objective will be to fight back the demons because they are the threat. Anyone caught in dereliction of said duty will be punished, which will discourage the others from taking time off to go do other things. Again, in war, things happen. I can't guarantee not a single mortal soul will be hurt,
right,
but we'll do
I'm
our best.
just I'm just saying that like we're not gonna find out that some devils went and like wiped out an entire city of just mortals for no reason.
And if they do, then they'll definitely be punished. And by that, I mean they'll feel the pain of 1,000 deaths. And that'll discourage it from ever happening again. It won't be a lap. There are
Okay.
rule breakers in every groups in war, including your own armies. I can tell you a million stories of humans doing the same thing.
There's probably a couple of them down here themselves.
Oh, lots. Orthax just sold slaves his whole life. So not so much him, but others.
Hmm.
Now, to sweeten the pot, Laura, how you liking that contract?
Well, it's not the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Contracts rarely are.
Why?
Good news. I might have a way out of it for you. In fact, it's almost a slam dunk.
And
Even
what
I
would the way out be?
Even I can't break a contract. However, there is a plane of existence known as the plane of order. They're the ones who enforce contract magic. In fact, we have to go to them to get the paper and ink that it's written with and permission to make contracts. It's a whole transaction. We have to buy it from them in bulk. One of the best traders. Also, fun fact, the realm of order is just absolutely full of evil beings because they're the ones who primarily use contract magic to trick people. It's hilarious. Anyways, they also hold court, and you can sue people to get out of your contracts and for restitutions. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the last time that you were possessed, you stabbed yourself in the thigh.
Yes, I did. It hurt.
Now, if I remember correctly, there was something in that original contract about will not directly harm you.
Hmm.
I do remember that.
I do. Yeah, I do remember that actually.
Which means the current contract holder is in violation of the contract.
Interesting.
It'll
And
take me a little while to get the paperwork in order, but we can lodge a formal complaint. It'll probably go before Cosmic Justice. And they'll be summoned, there'll be court proceedings, a whole thing. But I believe we can get you out of your contract, maybe with a bit of restitution.
so why us then? Why are we the choice to open the gates of hell?
He did already explain that.
You're one of the few groups who know
Like,
what's going
Lord,
on, might stand a chance of getting it done with the proper backing. And there is another reason that I didn't mention earlier. And
Oh,
that is that I am not allowed to divulge who I am, except for those working directly for the creator. No, I'm very much bending the rules and towing the line here. Technically, technically, the Pope was the only mortal who worked for the creator. Technically. He's dead. There's not been a new one appointed. Now, normally that would continue to fall down the rank structure, but as the rank structure is primarily dead, this is allowing me to come about that close to breaking the rules and telling you all this. Not a whole lot of groups in the world really meet the criterion.
What would take to meet the criterion of usurping the Pope's position?
I would
Being
assume
elected the
working for him would count, right?
being elected as the Pope by the organized church, but it's not really an organized church
Yeah.
right now. So you have to organize a church and then get elected as Pope. It's a whole process. Don't worry about it.
so
And then
Michael,
actually be ordained, but it's a whole thing.
I have a new goal as a player.
when was the last time you even heard of the creator?
Even what?
When the last time you heard from the creator?
Well, let's see. I was given this job pretty close to the dawn of time, so I'd say around then.
Hmm.
Give me a perception check, everybody.
That's not very good.
Nope.
16.
It's good enough. Laura, definitely. McGear and Laura, you pick up on the fact that he has not said All Father at all this entire time. He's very pointedly not said All Father. He has simply said the Creator.
Not even joking. I was just thinking about that. I was like,
Oh, well, if you
weird.
figured it out as a player, you could have it.
So, who do you consider to have been our creator then?
Because
The
we call him the
Creator.
Allfather.
Yes, you do.
Stop with the smiles.
Anyways, spoilers. Things I'm not allowed to speak on, even to you. Definitely.
Can you speak on the great damage of the weave?
Oh yeah. You all set off a bomb.
What is a bomb?
So you know your fireball spell, right?
Yeah.
That, but about 3 trillion times larger,
That's a
and
lot
not
of damage.
fire because it's just pure, unadulterated, raw, wild magic. You all thought it was a wonderful idea.
How? Like multiple casters? One caster?
It was
How?
a device. It was a device. Which is probably the reaction of someone hearing about a nuke for the first time when all they've seen is fire.
Nani?
Yeah, you all thought it was a wonderful idea to get rid of your temporary problem, set that off, wrecked the weave, killed a bunch of people, creatures, rewrote the entire face of the planet, not just the continent. By the way, your continent looked completely different. Lots of devastation and destruction, the fall of humanity as we knew it. By the way, humanity is a translation. That is a term that includes all of the humanoid races, right? Dwarves, elves, all that, just as an FYI. We just don't actually have a word for it in English, so whatever. But they're not speaking English.
What is this English you speak of?
That was Bryant speaking.
Okay.
So what you're saying is humans did what humans do, and used
Hey.
a short-sighted idea to that caused long-term problems.
I have no idea what you're
Yes.
talking about, Iron Cloak. That would be ridiculous of humans to do.
Oh no, humanity.
You mean like
Everyone was
we've
involved.
been doing since I've met you guys?
No,
Oh,
dwarves very much helped build this, and so did
No,
gnomes
I'm
and
not saying,
elves.
no, I'm
And...
not saying we didn't. I'm just saying since I met this group of people, like literally the first week I knew them, we did exactly that, and that's why she has a contract.
A gnome hit the button, and a dwarf gave the launch codes.
That's fair. I get it. You expect someone like him to have figured out how to, hit a button?
Makir's
I'm
over
not-
here like thinking of like all the ways of like how you fit magic into like devices now. And it's like artificers. How does this work? Containing magic in metal? Hmm.
Oh, enchantment's totally a thing. Yes, but
Oh.
to that level.
No thoughts.
So, a few items on the menu. One, you're gonna need to go and get the stuff, open the portal. We'll need to set a court date. And then you'll need to continue getting stronger so you can actually go fight in this thing. I assume you have a list of items that you're after. I think your friend Salazar should have a pretty good list of items that are known locations when he gets back there. When you get back.
Wait, so the stuff you're giving us is different than we'll still need to go hunt down.
We still need to get the list, but we also have a connection to a trove, as well as support once the gates are open.
Right. So
Sure.
so the trove is specifically just items that are good at
Killing demons.
Okay.
Yes. The items that you're hunting down are some of the most powerful items in existence. And some of the most evil. Also, that ritual given should work to convert them. They will be in a weakened state after you convert them for a while, but no recover.
Do we need all these items for the ritual, or just a lot of them?
I mean, you're arming yourselves to fight. So, because these items are going to be the only thing that allow you to actually fight Baphomet. It's not so much a ritual. So you're getting weapons and equipment that are super duper evil, reforging them into good, which is the opposite of what happened to the sword. So that you can go use them to fight Baphomet, who has the sword, is channeling its power, and is heavily resistant, if not immune to pretty much all damage, unless you're walking around with one of these things channeling their power. So there's no ritual to actually fight them. There's a ritual to turn them from super duper evil to at least neutral, if not good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you're probably going to want to talk to Orthax on the way out. This location I'm sending you to is pretty close to somewhere you've been before and somewhere you didn't leave an impression.
I mean,
It would happen to be the Underdark, would it?
It wasn't.
Lovely.
That was not our favorite place.
Indeed. He has a friend, I think, that may be able to help with that. And then I have a agent in that city that I will send you to, and then she will get you out and to where you need to go, or at least on that path. Now, a little bit of backstory on this. One of my largest enclaves, something moved in, they stopped responding, and now it's been sitting there empty. I know my items are still there, they're all marked. I can track them. Nothing's taken them, but anyone who tried to go back there never returned.
mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to go handle whatever moved in.
Correct. Or sneak by it. I don't care.
I mean, we've done it before.
All right, so, I mean, I think I'm pretty. This is like not character me. I'm just talking to everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty okay with the deal. What's
Yep.
everybody else's thoughts?
Yeah.
I see no issues with this at this time.
Okay.
Good.
So back
Here's a contract.
in character. So
I will say that we do not need a contract for this, as you offered earlier. I'm more than happy to stand by my word to handle the situation via what you have outlined.
He throws out another paper. False contract. Heavily enchanted look like a real one. I need something to show my people.
just so we're clear here, I assume that your word is still, binding as a contract would be, through all the laws and everything of,
Nothing's as binding as a contract.
Right, but verbal contracts would still count in, that sense, right?
Hey, you gotta tell Mama. What'd she say?
Thought that was part of the game.
Or he's just like, shh, talks to a little kid real quick.
Michael has a kid?
You don't understand how contracts work, do you?
There's a very vague
I'm
understanding, and we
I'm
have
a
been taught
priest
to
of-
avoid them at all costs.
I'm a priest of
All
a
right.
church that, basically
That's
just
fair.
got destroyed recently, so
There. Let me give you a quick rundown. Contract magic is its own thing. Verbal contracts are just that. They're verbal. They're not spell. This is a binding contract that is enforced by the. Sorry, wife is hollering. That is enforced by the celestial plane of order. Don't want to mess with. I don't want to mess with. I mean, I would survive, it'd just be annoying. And you definitely don't want to mess with.
So
Verbal contracts are just an agreement, right? There's no magic to it.
Aside from the fact we don't want to mess with it, what are the consequences of breaking said contract?
If you're able to, which is a stretch for mortals, given the layers of magic on this, if you're able to, one of two things happens. If it is an absolutely egregious break, an enforcer shows up, immediately takes you into custody, and transports you to the plane of order. Again, usually that's written into the contract as well. usually the people writing the contract don't write in a clause for themselves to be immediately taken, and you have to go press the charges, which is why we're having to go to the plane itself rather than enforcer showing up, because Orthax did not put a clause in there where he would be immediately hauled off, but you had to go take grievances there. Whereas if you breach it, you immediately get hauled off. It's standard procedure. It sucks, but it is what it is.
And I assume there will be something in, you know, if we were to sign a contract, there would be something in there that would say that if you breach it, either you get completely hauled off, or
Sure.
right.
Sure. It doesn't matter to me. I don't intend on breaching it.
I mean, I would also think that there would, I personally would love for there to be something in there, stating that you've been telling us, everything you've said to us is truthful. You're not lying to us. Obviously, I understand, skipping around the truth, whatever, but like you're not blatantly lying to us on anything.
The contract amends. Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
All right, I get hauled off immediately by the plane of order if I breach the contract. I have told no blatant lies. You open the gates of hell. In return, you get that cool stash of equipment that I own. And we pledge to help fight the demons on the material plane. Did I miss anything?
Well, and then like all your people.
That the call to return to the front will be given upon the defeat of Baphomet for
Pulls out another paper. That's the secret contract that no one knows about.
Right. And I just assuming that, minus whatever hunter teams specifically.
Correct.
Yeah.
Honestly, they won't know until it's breached, but if it's breached, then they'll know, and then they'll come after me. This one's super expensive. Like, even for me, this type of contract was expensive.
Right.
It's a sealed contract.
I do have another question.
Hmm.
What's your pole up, up there?
I haven't been there since almost the dawn of time.
Right, but I imagine you still have like some level of power.
I don't know. I haven't been back. I haven't spoken to them. It's too much risk. This is more risk than I have taken in millennia, because I'm now failing my job, and the cohorts of the Abyss are overrunning the material plane, which was like my whole job given to me by the creator. This is the first time I have dropped character in literal millennia.
I would ask for one more small amendum to it, and that if any of the five of us here, right? It's five of us, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Yeah, for me.
Right. If any of us are to, happen to die in, in the process of fulfilling this contract, that you will do whatever you can within your power to make sure we don't end up here, because I know not all of us have done the most greatest things in the past.
I'm sure
Now,
whatever you've done, the Allfather has already forgiven you.
I can certainly promise you end up here. There are plenty of other places to end up, such as stuck on the material plane. Which is great. I can't promise anything besides you won't be in my way.
I'm just asking that if we do end up, if you have any pull in it.
I can promise that you will not end up in hell. That's all I can promise. That's all the power that I have.
Okay.
I just have this funny like inclination as a player of just like, oh yeah, Iron Cloak dies, and even Hell rejects. Never mind that Magir's
Again,
probably far worse off, but that's besides the point.
I would like to point out, Iron Cloak has not done anything that would end him up here.
Dragon.
I don't think putting mushrooms in a dragon's nose is something that would get you sent to hell. That's just something that will get you eaten by a dragon.
That's fair. You better hope you never run into that dragon again. Because it will ignore the entire rest of the party and focus you solely.
Right, but does it know it was me?
You're the only one who walked up its nose and it had been there for thousands of years without
Right,
screaming mushrooms in its
right,
head.
right. But it was there for thousands of years, and then mushrooms show up right around the time it gets released. You sure it's me?
You're the only one who
You
walked up its
might
nose. It's
be,
a
it's gonna
pretty
depend on
easy
you.
assumption. Also, dragons are stupid smart.
Whatever. Back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
I'm down to sign. I assume Maja
Yes.
and Kedron
Yep.
are cool with it. Kedron, you know,
Already
He's a little
stated
numb.
he's
He's on
down.
autopilot. It doesn't matter for Kedron.
yeah. Well, no, I assume,
Besides, he
like,
already stated he's cool with releasing the hordes of hell to fight the demons of the abyss. So
I'm assuming Maja's not here just in general. Like, he was forgotten.
oh no, he's there. He's just going, I'm in hell.
It's like I just joined this party and now
I'm in hell. Literal hell.
that's
I just find it hilarious. Like, imagine you join a party of priests, right? Within like 3 months of joining them, you end up in hell making a deal with the literal devil.
I mean, his first mission was literally encountering like hordes of the undead that the party that he joined may or may not be the direct cause of releasing. That was literally 10 minutes of like being assigned to them. It's like, hey, here's a big parade. Go on your adventure and zombies.
Right.
Oh,
Like,
by the way, the zombies was your fault.
the amount of random stuff we've just dragged him into since he's joined us. For like, he joins us because his brother.
Because his
Brother, yeah.
His brother
because
got
his
sucked
brother
into a
died.
void.
Gee, I wonder why his brother died.
Then he finds out that like we caused an entire zombie apocalypse that like wiped out an entire city. Then we go and steal something from a dragon in the mountains. We get attacked by a turtle with guns on its back.
he probably A wonders what the heck his brother was doing.
Okay.
And B
Not yet, but you'll have some.
really regretting his life decision.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
All right. So there
Yours
are
not.
two contracts out in front of you. One that does the whole you get stuff and things for opening the gates of hell, with the no blatant lies, right? They'll be disallowed from raping and pillaging their way across the material plane. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It means that they will be severely punished if caught.
Right.
All of that stuff. In return, you get cool trove of stuff, and you'll be helped when you go to attack Bahamut. The second contract is the thank you for doing all of this stuff for me. In return, I will make sure that the gates of hell are closed once the vast majority of the forces are back inside of hell fighting our battle.
And lawsuit.
Vast majority?
Again, there's going to be a few of them that he said you probably want left behind that are elite demon hunting units.
Right.
Also, there's always stragglers. You can't get every single one. It's the same as promising absolutely no pillaging during war. Once caught, thoroughly punished for not heeding the call. But things happen. And he puts that contract in there specifically so he can't be penalized if Diddlebags McGee from accounting decides he wants to stick around on the material plane a little longer despite orders.
I 100% understand that. Just
Yeah, and they have to deal with the natural consequences of our own devil/demon hunting units that hunt them down.
I'm just trying to be extremely thorough.
Yeah.
With this.
I get
You don't want to just go off the word of someone saying, "Yeah, I won't resurrect my daughter."
No, I don't want to go off the word of, hey, it'll be 24 hours of your time and, nothing bad will happen. Oh, JK, lots of bad things have happened.
Still the best contract. I suckered you guys. So, by the way, I got that contract from listening to a creepypasta. I just want to point that out. It was fantastic.
Also, I'd like to point out, you didn't sucker any of us into doing it because we didn't even have time to discuss before Lara signed it.
Yeah,
you discussed a little.
Rash.
A little, not much. Anyways, yeah, so the two pieces of paper are there. Lara, he then takes a third piece of paper out and hands to you and says, in case you decide you want to join. That is the warlock contract that you get to keep in your back pocket.
Wow, you get to keep
Alright.
it in your back pocket now. That's handy.
That's probably
Listen, you
breaking
can
some
sign
trust.
it anytime that you want to, and by that I mean at any level up.
That seems like some major heresy. Would that be the word for it?
I mean, is it
Mm.
heresy if he's actually Michael the Archangel?
And if her sole thing as a vengeance paladin becomes I'm hunting down all devils and demons that I can find.
Also, fun fact, it can also be a Celestial Soul pact if you wanted to,
Right.
since it is Michael the Archangel. So
But
you actually get a choice.
But I would assume all these contracts are not signed by Michael the Archangel. They're
That one's
signed.
not signed at all.
Fine, whatever. So I'm down to sign.
Yeah, no, the contracts you are signing are signed by everybody.
I love how she's been offered this like multiple times by Orthax and now Michael.
She was holding out for a better offer.
I'm just that special, guys.
If I'd held out for a better offer, would I have gotten one?
I mean, maybe eventually. I really like tempting you guys with warlock contracts, so probably.
I mean, mine was hot though.
Yours is hot,
This is just
and
an angel that can shapeshift. So
and yours doesn't take your powers away if you don't obey her. She just doesn't give you more.
Yeah, yours doesn't give you splitting headaches and a tattoo on your forehead.
No,
Right.
yours is a jerk.
Mine also
Mine
didn't
was
turn me
jerk.
into human spaghetti. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
try squeezing your existence through a pinhole.
we should
Yeah,
search
that's
out.
right.
We should search out the help of like a mental health specialist at this point.
Probably all the stuff that you guys have been through, you could probably use some therapy.
You
Too bad it doesn't
listen,
exist in this
therapy,
era.
one would assume, but
Anyways, he goes, well, I think that about concludes our business here. Unless you have anything else. I'll be in contact with the court date as soon as I have one. If you think the wheels of justice move slowly on your plane of existence, right in the cosmos.
Hmm.
But we will get there. Orthax will show you out when you're done. Talk to him about being forgotten in that city. Well, most of that kingdom. He has a contact that might be able to help.
I have one last question.
Hmm.
Is there any spells that I could learn here in Hell that I cannot learn on the material plane?
There are no spells that you will be allowed to learn here in Hell that you cannot learn on the material plane.
All right, that concludes my time then. Thank you for your service. I feel like that's the DM saying get lost.
A little bit.
Okay, so I'm down to sign, and then we can go to break real quick.
Let's sign and go to break because I gotta go potty.
Dude. So I'm like,
I want magic hell powers.
Yay!
Homebrew spell.
How long-
Homebrew spell. Homebrew spell.
Shush, you're way
how
for
long have we
children.
been in here?
In his chamber,
Yeah.
Since the dawn of time.
basically. Half an hour?
All right, I'm gonna like read through the contract because I'm assuming it's written in.
It's
Common.
written.
Oh, count. Okay, well then, yeah, I'm still gonna read through it, make sure it's all good, and then
2 blocks, line underneath it. Do you speak Celestial?
Comprehend languages allows that.
Well, Kedron would, wouldn't he?
comprehend
Wow.
languages is still up, so if I can touch the contract for more than a minute,
Yeah,
I could read it.
You can. It's the exact same thing, just in a different language.
Then yeah,
And I can use third eye to use greater comprehend language.
Yeah,
Or-
so between everyone, yes, you can read everything in the contract, and it is spelled out. It's legalese, right? It's pretty big. It's been simplified.
Right.
It's still pretty legalese.
Are we signing?
But it
like pen, blood, like what's the?
blood.
I hate this so much. I'm gonna pull
Listen,
out.
it has to be infused with your life force. If you know another way,
Do you
really any bodily fluid works except for saliva for some reason. So I
Could
mean,
literally pee on it.
if you want to pee into a bottle and dip a stick into it and sign with that, you could. Please don't.
Right,
You pee in my office, I will hurt you.
right, I'm just saying, like, you know how much my finger hurts after, like, it's. It's a
McGear pulls out a quill already filled with his own blood.
It's my man.
pull out a little knife, prick my finger, sign. Offer the knife to anybody else if they need it.
McGear's all
Few
dancing with his blood ink quill pen.
That's a little morbid that you have a pen filled with.
I'm a wizard. I have the most random things in my pocket, including
That's fair.
cat guano.
That's fair.
Right, but pen filled with your own blood, that's still a little morbid even if you're a wizard.
I mean, spellbooks are weird, man.
Wizards require the most random things. And I think, honestly, if I ever do a different campaign, I'm going to intentionally voice the spell components and make it look more like I'm a street charlatan than an actual wizard.
Anyways, and with that, we will go to break.
Alari, okay. And...
Homebrew spell.
No.
Homebrew.
Actually, Rick Sanchez's "Sip looks delicious, bro. Should have prayed harder." That was a 957. If he's still there, sweet. Thanks. Sorry, did not have the stream pulled up, so did not see that. Oops. Thanks, bro. Anyways, all right. Back in. You guys are sitting at the table signing these contracts. Asmodeus is sitting there sipping his beverage.
And I assume his name's on the contract, right?
Yeah, that's Asmodeus, yeah.
All right. So, you see how you sign this? Do we have a copy of the other contract? Did we get a copy when we signed it? Is that
No, but
all right. Well, so the contract that Orthax had us sign, right, said no one would talk to us while we were here other than you and him. And your receptionist talked to us while we were in the lobby.
Oh crap. He stands up, immediately changes back into Asmodeus form, and books it for the door like power walking.
Did everybody sign the contract that's on the table? Magir, Alara?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
I did.
I'm assuming we can leave it there and that's fine, right?
Yeah,
All right.
probably. I mean, you've
Then
never had to
I'm-
mess with him before. It's his desk. Where else are you gonna put it?
Is there anything else on the desk?
There's a pen, there's the ink blotter, there's the inkwell, and there's his glass.
Is the bottle there?
The bottle is in a cabinet.
Can I see? Can I get to the cat? Is the cabinet locked?
You really want to rob Asmodeus?
Is the cabinet locked?
You want to go check?
Okay, actually no. I'm gonna pull out one of the vials I have in my bag.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pour the contents of his drink into the vial,
Cool. You're doing that. What's everyone else doing in the
and
meantime?
then I'm gonna real quickly do it, put it in my bag, and then follow out.
Just run.
If he's speed
to try and
walking,
catch up?
if he can walk faster than yes.
Sweet. What about the rest of you?
I'm just kind of watching everything for the moment, and then I'm gonna follow after Asmodeus.
Ilara?
Alara is just kind of like, what? And she eventually follows after the others.
Cool. Those in the front of the pack, you see him throw the doors open, the magic dissipates, and he steps out into there. Standing at his reception desk is a creature made primarily of gears and cogs in a humanoid form with a singular large eyeball that turns to look at your party and goes, "Do not resist. They are in violation of a contract." Asmodeus stops and holds up his hand and he's like, "Too late. We don't resist." And it vanishes with the receptionist. That was one of the enforcers, and I'm gonna need a new receptionist. Apparently, she was too stupid to be my receptionist.
I mean, I wasn't trying to cause problems.
No, not your fault. She knew better.
So what does that mean for us?
Constructed. Well, it's been handled. Literally, the plane of order showed up took the contract breacher in hand and will now be doling out her punishment.
So that's all that happens when like you breach a contract like that is they just get
I
punished
was
for it?
hoping to keep that from happening. I really liked her. I was gonna try and get out there and stop that from happening and tell him that we were going to renegotiate other compensation, but I was a little too late.
I mean, can you go to the plane of order? Can like we go to the plane of order and like?
I mean, we can. You want to stand in line for 4 days before you can get to talk to somebody? Because that's what I'm going to have to do if we want to do that.
I mean, I don't want to do that. Obviously, we've got other things we have to do for you, but I'm down to like, you know, if she was a good receptionist, keep her. You know,
I'll get a new receptionist. I liked her. I didn't like her enough to go stand in line for 4 days.
I mean, can you have Orthax stand in line for 4 days for you? He signed the contract. Like,
nah, not worth it.
I'll even do this, right? You have him stand in line. You get to keep your receptionist, and then he just owes us something for her breaking the contract. He gets
That's
punished.
up to Orthax.
Right, but he would get he signed the contract. I mean,
well, I can't force him to go. I
also,
could.
just like I don't know a ton about contract matter stuff. Wouldn't Orthax be the one who got punished because he signed the contract, not her? Because she.
Yes, she broke it though, and she understood what was at stake.
Okay.
There is a level of understanding there. She was instructed.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know. I'm just, this is kind of new to me. This is
Fair.
exactly one of like, well, never mind. We've signed a lot of contracts.
Yes, you have. Wow, the amount of contract you signed for Immortal and your souls are still intact. I am impressed.
Intact is relative though at this point. Like,
no, your souls are there.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah.
Anyways, I have a lot to get done. Creating these armies. You have a lot to get done to get releasing my armies, and I want to finish my drink. Leave my office.
All right.
I also need to go find a new receptionist. Orthax. Take them to your contact that deals with memories.
Deals with what?
They'll fill you in on the way. And he walks back into his office.
You cut out their contact.
Oh,
that deals with
his contact that deals with memories.
With memories.
Yeah. So
let's
guys...
go. Hey, is Goose in hell with us?
Goose is in hell with you.
What?
Goose waited out in the waiting room with Orthax.
What? That makes no sense.
So if Orthax is here, like, hey Orthax, do you have like a restroom I can use? I've had to pee since we started that fight. Is there like, I don't know if that's the thing you have here. Can I?
He points at a restroom.
I'm gonna go to the restroom. Do they have stalls?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go.
No doors.
No doors.
This is hell.
Is there anyone else in the restroom? Not
right now.
All right, I'm gonna pull out the little vial that has his drink in it. I'm going to mark "Do not drink this ever" and what it's from, and then put it back in my bag.
I thought you were about to drink it. I was about to roll
no.
some dice.
If we're losing our memories of being here, I'm not accidentally drinking a vial of something that's in my bag.
Wait, why are we losing our memories? I don't like this.
We're specifically... No, I don't know that we are. We're specifically going to a contact that deals with memories. If there's even the slightest chance that I'm going to kill myself drinking some, like...
No, you'll just give it to McGear because McGear goes through your stuff. It's like, hey, I'm thirsty. What's this? It's shiny.
Dies. Please drink it.
Then I'll pee and leave.
I've died from worse.
Do you wash your hands?
Yes.
There's no soap. It's
I
hell.
have prestidigitation.
I just had to point that out. It's hell. There's no soap.
Just walks over to the sink, prestidigitations. Hands small. I'm also not using the water.
Wait.
Probably a good
We
idea.
deal with contracts all the time. They have to have clean hands. I get that, like, it's hell, but there's also a level of professionalism.
Right,
Nope.
but you sign in blood, like.
Keep your hands
Yeah.
on fire.
Actually, as you accidentally activate the sink, it's just fire.
Yes.
Thanks,
I-
Alara.
I
Thank
mean,
you for that.
that'll
You're-
clean it.
And if
Your
you're
hands are
resistant
clean.
to fire, then
Again.
so you leave the bathroom. Orthax is waiting there. Says, all right, so holy crap, you met Asmodeus.
Yeah.
I guess you could release us from hell now. That's cool. Oh, I hope I get commission. So many souls. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw you
Anyway.
a tea party when we get up.
What now?
We'll throw you a tea party.
I like tea. That sounds like great fun. Anyways, for now, back to the material plane. Do you want to deal with the memories before or like now or before you go to the Underdark city that hates you that you actually need the memories dealt with for?
What memories?
We're gonna kind of help like everyone that hates you in that city forget you.
That's
At
all
least a
you're doing?
little bit.
That's like all you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds really convenient.
I mean, it's gonna hurt, but you'll heal.
Why is it gonna hurt us them forgetting?
Listen, it's just the way the guy works. I'm like, can you do mass memory magic?
Not yet.
I mean,
Fair point. I can't either. I don't know else who can. So
in theory, though, one of us might be able to, and we just messed something up and forgot that we knew how to do it.
that's also fair. But that means you can't do it now.
That is exactly what that means.
So you don't really like. Listen, you can either let that happen. It hurts.
Can he help us remember our friend that got erased from existence?
You got a friend that got erased from existence.
Well,
We have some evidence that we had another party member.
And they were eaten by a entity that looks something like this. Flips through notebook, pulls out the drawing.
Huh. How about that? He doesn't really work in memory restoration.
Awfully convenient.
Yeah. By the way, he does look a little unconventional. Obviously, he works with devils. I'm gonna need you to promise not to attack him. He won't
Promise
attack
what?
you either. Not to attack. He won't attack you either. All consensual memory manipulation. Blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 is not very reassuring, but I won't attack anything that doesn't attack me first. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Everyone else?
Agreed.
I really feel like I should say no to this.
Listen, if he attacks you, all bets are off. Kill him. Yeah, that's the way that works. Self-defense. But like, don't stab him as soon as you see him. You know.
I've seen a lot of scary things. I'd be surprised to be off put by this, especially when I doodle half of it.
I'm glad there's O's in there, not I's.
Sure.
Awesome. So, like I said, you want to do it now, or you want to go like back to what you were doing in the city, and then circle back to this before you go down below, or how you gonna do that?
Does time travel does time work the same way here as it does?
Yeah.
So we've been down here for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to confirm, this is kind of the DM asking where do you want to go. either go attempt to retrieve the wand that we know is in the museum, and or divert to the new objective of go retrieve the trove.
Or go deal with the whole memory thing, and then go to either one of those from there.
How long is this memory thing gonna take?
And how long does it last?
Couple hours. Thanks for all of you, and forever.
We might as well go do it today because the day is like, there's no way we're getting out of here going to the museum and looking at anything. We might as well, because it was late afternoon after we finished the fight and got picked up, and if it's been 3 hours, it's going on evening at this point, so we might as well do it.
And it was like noon by the time you did that, because you guys like got up, ate breakfast, did the whole thing with Alara stabbing herself in the thigh. Started heading that direction, got into the fight, hauled him back to Salazar. Well, went back to Salazar's, talked to Salazar, hauled it back to Salazar, all that. It was like noon by the time we got done with that, so it was probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon by now.
Yeah, so at this point, we might as well do it, and then long rest, and then go do the museum tomorrow.
Sweet.
I'm imagining all the people who have like this engraved memory of a scary ice wizard that kept nuking them, and how that just conveniently goes away.
You mean the wizard who was basically kidnapped for 90% of the time we were in the Underdark?
Yeah,
like,
but the
Bane
police
City of
didn't
the
know that.
Underdark?
The police just remember this wizard who like wiped out half their police force.
And a barbarian who set their house on fire.
Yeah, but he's dead.
He's dead. And a cleric who basically threw a smoke grenade and made sure they all got away because they were all about to die.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Which, by the way, still a super dope move.
Which is great, except for I wasn't there for that session.
You know what? You also threw a really dope smoke grenade in the Coliseum, and it worked. So, and how many times have you used like spiritual guardians and crap, and it just demolishes everything?
No, I'm not saying anything. I was just purely stating I was not there
Okay.
for the thing people keep bringing up as being super cool.
I need to work harder at deleting the stuff you do.
Okay, so the one super cool thing that you did, your character doesn't remember, and the other super cool thing that you did, your player doesn't remember.
Yes.
Awesome.
At least the two super cool things I've done that I'm upset with. But back to
Correct.
going to the memory dude.
Yes. Like,
Yeah,
all right. Like I said, don't attack him. Oh, I need to bring him a gift. Hold on a second. He like reaches around himself in a weird way, rummaging. You hear rummaging sounds, but there's no bag, but you can't see his hand right now. And he pulls out a teddy bear.
Where did
Yeah,
that
he doesn't
come
have one of
from?
these yet. What?
Where did that come from?
Don't worry about it. Cool interdimensional pocket devil things. Magic.
Uh-huh.
I would like to learn this magic.
I'm sure you would.
Anyways, the bear.
It's just a bag of holding without the bag. Hey. It's
I
an L
definitely
holding.
want to learn this magic.
I'm sure you do. Anyways. And a rift opens up.
Ooh, I need that magic too.
I'm sure you do. I don't need this magic. This isn't my magic. I'm channeling. Anyways. It's weird. Don't ask about it.
Is that
I'm
where
gonna
we're
go
going?
first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first because I need to make the introductions. Give him his
Here's over
payment.
here, just like, but I want to ask about it. This is what he lives for.
Oh, I'm torturing me here on purpose.
It's like a 5-year-old and you put candy in front of them and you're like, yeah, don't eat that.
Exactly.
Here's over here, just like his eyes are like almost twitchy. He's like scribbling notes. He's like, how do I figure this out? There's got to be an equation.
Give me 10 seconds and then follow me through. Right?
One,
I gotta talk to him.
two,
No, after
3,
I step through. No,
4,
no.
5,
After I step through.
6, 7,
Wow, you know how to count. That's impressive.
9, 10. All right, that's 10.
I mean, if you
We're
want to get
supposed
eaten,
Tell you, you're not in there yet.
10 count after I go through. Follow me through. Anyways, steps through the rift.
1.
Yeah, right. We'll skip forward 10 seconds. And you guys step through the rift? Question mark.
Sure.
Yeah.
I give it a couple extra seconds so we can positive experience of
You
living
step
five.
out into a dingy room, primarily of stone blocks. You just kind of get that sense of you're underground right now, between the temperature, the lack of windows, the stone blocks. You're in a basement. Um, not a lot of light, a little bit, but not a lot.
It-
Dimly lit.
Is it pretty clear we're no longer in?
Yeah.
We're no longer in hell, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of take a deep breath, feel the ambient magic around you. This feels like the material plane. Up ahead in the dimly lit area, you see the back of Orthax, who's now over 6 feet tall. He's difficult to look over. And you see another form kind of moving on the other side of him, and you hear a voice. Another for my collection. Thank you. I don't have this one. What is it you need this time, Orthax? Like, it's like, hey, it's not your usual work. Not something I need disposed of. I just need a select amount of memories from a select place removed from these people. They understand it's gonna hurt, right? They understand it's gonna hurt. And it lifts off the ground, its body coming up above Orthax on these long, spindly spider legs.
I knew
And
it
it
was
turns towards you with a human torso
Oh.
coming out of the front of a daddy long leg body and back up.
It's man spider.
And the arms come up with sharp points, and it starts to stagger itself back a little bit north. I says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! All right, look. I know you two got some history. He showed me a picture. It's cool. We're here for business. They're not gonna hurt you. Calm down. Calm down. It's okay. They're not gonna hurt you, buddy. They're not gonna hurt you. You're not gonna hurt them. I swear to God, I'm gonna skin you alive. They're not gonna hurt you. It's okay. I can't believe you hurt him the first time. All right. He's such a gentle soul. Okay, yeah, he
We
ate your
are
friend. I'm
friends.
sorry. Is the lion evil for eating the ibex? No. All right. He is what he
you
is.
equating our friend to a deer?
I mean, in this food chain, yes.
What is he?
Oh, complicated. Was actually at one point a dead demon. Was, was, isn't anymore.
What is he now?
An
Save for the
entity from the
moment.
astral.
Okay. What's his name? Is B? Is that what you called him?
I mean, his real name's Baltham.
Belthamel?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Belthamel. We kind of already met before.
Yeah.
He made a deal with us or we made a deal with him where we wouldn't hurt you. Just gonna make it very clear, if after this, meeting, we ever see you again, we will kill you. And you definitely.
I didn't come after your
Ew.
friend. She came after me.
Yeah, but you get where I'm coming from, like.
All you people do is try to kill me.
The first time
I
we met
just-
you, you tried to kill us.
Correction. Your quiet friend threw a dagger at me while I was speaking.
He does have a point. I don't like it, but he does have a point.
Yes, but he still tried to kill us. Like,
Self-defense, and
you keep cutting out.
he said self-defense, and he ran away.
True,
We
but I
aren't
don't like it.
Hey. People that were going to die anyway. People that are fed to me. I was leaders of that. I was a convenience. your friend came along and tried to kill me. Defense. Then you came along and tried to kill me. I tried to kill you back, and then I ran away.
So,
Are you evil for killing the things that try to kill you?
right, but like if we killed your friend, would you want to kill us? Probably. Like, I don't know if
Did
you have
my
friends.
friend kill your friend first? Or attempt to?
To be fair, you not only killed
I
our
know.
friend, but then you
I'm
took our
scary.
memories. No, but then you took like our memories of her.
Oh, that's how I killed it too. I can't. But I mean, I could stab you, but it's not good.
Wait, so then
They're pretty floppy.
are you just gonna kill everybody we've met in the Underdark?
No,
Or are you gonna kill us?
no, it will hurt. It will. Sorry, I got Orthax's voice mixed in there. It will hurt.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
5.
I mean, definitely had worse.
Well, let's not delay it any longer. I will start.
He's holding the teddy bear that Orthax brought. Like clutching it to his chest this entire time. The spider legs are pointing at you.
I put my wand away to show that I'm unarmed, and I walk forward. What do you need me to do on my part of things? Understood.
And he opens his mouth too far. And a stream of energy starts to flow out of Magir into Beltham. Anyone proficient in Arcana can actually see other threads of energy going into Magir and then being channeled out that way.
Are they like
This-
magical energy?
Yes.
So can I just see it with detect magic?
Oh yeah, you certainly can. That you have that up all the time, but yes, it's not a particular school of magic. It's
Yeah,
just it's energy. Cool.
It's
This is gonna
straight
hurt.
raw weave in a unique way.
So what's with the teddy bear, Orthax? Like what's that deal? I assume he's still here. Or
Oh
did
yeah,
he-
Orthax still here. Sorry, I'm calculating. You take 26 points of psychic damage.
That seems
Uh,
more than a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Out of 56, that's roughly half his HP. That's almost exactly a 5.
Right.
I
But
don't think you've read the pain scale lately.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I wouldn't consider almost half dying a 5.
Well, you know.
Losing a limb.
Like,
Yeah,
like
Losing a limb's a 10 for sure.
To be fair, I think I've experienced worse,
Oh, you definitely have.
right,
especially with psychic damage. But they oof.
right.
That was also the high end of damage.
I'm just saying that halfway dying from like mental trauma definitely would be higher than a 5 on a pain scale.
He said 5 with a shrug. He means ish. Anyways, you
never
ask about the
experienced it
teddy.
himself. He's only inflicted it.
You ask about the teddy to Orthax, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's how he takes payment whenever we need someone
Teddy bears?
vanished." Yeah, like there's a whole lot of mental trauma. Like he understands he's ugly. I mean, look at him. He's a top spider man, like huge, terrifying, eats memories. He also just desperately wants to be loved. This thing is sad, really. Tried to escape the abyss, ended up getting tricked into the astral, tortured there for millennia, escaped there, figured out, oh, I'm ugly and now I have to eat memories. No one loves me. No one ever will. Really sad.
Is it a normal teddy bear?
It's a
Yeah.
normal teddy bear.
collectible, technically. Well, kind of to him. There's a line of them in like different colors and designs and stuff, and that's one he doesn't get.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, honestly, he'd probably kill somebody for a hug at this point, but whatever, teddy bears are using.
Hmm.
He didn't even enjoy killing. He just does it because he has to. Honestly, if he could feed like this more often, he would. But like, if you come out of a basement talking about a creepy Spider-Man who just basically sucked your soul out of your body halfway, and now the people you know in your life forgot about you, probably gonna be a few armies coming to kill the thing.
Wait. So, can he is he specifically deciding who forgets about us, or is there just like
Yeah. He chooses what memories to eat first. Usually, he just eats all of them because, like I said, witnesses not great for him.
So, will we not remember like anything that happened there?
Oh, he's not eating your memories. He's eating their memories of you through you, which is weird, but it hurts you while it passes through. I don't know. You're basically conduit.
Okay, that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you see why he struggles to find love in me. And also why he finishes off all of his prey, because everyone would report him and everyone would try to kill him after.
Ironcloak's just gonna start like rubbing his forehead. This week.
Oh, you're gonna be doing that quite a
dude.
bit here in a few minutes.
This week sucks so much.
About
I
that
hate
time,
that-
McGear, you fall to the floor, exhausted. You don't have a point of exhaustion, but your soul and your mind was just put through a ringer. Lots and lots of memories that aren't you, or aren't yours, but are of you, just flooded through your mind and into them. It's so fast and ferocious that you really can't recall any of them with specificity, but you know that it happened and it was a weird experience. Splitting headache.
Yeah, obviously. It's like, that's a familiar feeling.
What?
All right, Iron Cloak, you're up.
Actually, I'll go next.
All right, Laura, have at it.
Alara steps up and gives him a hug.
He freezes. What are you doing?
Orthax said you would like a hug.
He turns and just stares at Orthax, trembling a little bit, with murder in his eyes for those of you who can see it. But his arms, like almost against his will, slowly wrap around Alara. Orthax, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. As tears start to just stream down his face.
And forcibly uncomfortable, Alara finishes the hug, then backs up and then says, "Okay, go ahead."
Oh no,
I'm really sorry. I'll try to be gentle. You take half damage as he's being like exquisitely delicate about this, and it's going to take about twice as long. Oh, that's good because that's another high roll. That would be 25 reduced to 12.
Okay.
Isn't that nice? It's okay. She didn't have a lot of health to spare in the first place, anyways. So
Fair, but you know what? Sometimes a little kindness goes a long way. All right.
yeah, good luck, Iron Cloak. This guy ate what would have been your girlfriend at the time.
No, that was Kedron.
No, that was going to be Iron Cloak's girlfriend.
Pretty sure
As
that
he
was
was even
Kedron
in
that
the
had the
journal.
romantic one.
Go back and look at that episode.
I'll have to. I'm trying to remember which character it was, but I thought it was Kedron.
It was Iron Cloak's. The Iron Cloak was
I
really mad about it. He's like, yeah, I finally get something nice, and you take it from me without even knowing that it was real? Yeah, he was pissed.
Oh, it was Kedron.
Nope.
Kedron always had a girlfriend.
Yeah, he had Laura. Who?
Oh, they were never dating.
Yeah,
They were friends.
Okay.
they were never
It's
dating.
besides the point.
Irregardless, yeah, there's a big spider dude waiting to eat your memories, but other people's memories of you.
Thanks for the
And you just got a big hug.
Even though they're married, so
This is gonna suck.
Yep, you ready?
always forgive him.
forgiveness is for the weak.
Not
Oh,
always.
Laura did a
Not-
great job of that.
Not always. Forgiveness is not always for the weak. I find it very unlikely that's happening. I will say, sorry a friend attacked you without us hearing you out. But go for it, I guess.
Take 8 points of psychic damage as I roll a 6 and a 2. I hate you.
Wait,
I hate that that's the lowest ones.
You rolled a 6 and a 2?
Yes.
Are those D20s?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, how the heck did Makir?
Yes, these are d20s that I'm rolling. Yeah, you take 8 points of psychic damage, you lucky dog.
It's because his heart has been warmed.
It
By
has
Laura.
not. No.
Elara warmed it up for you. Actually, you will go with that. He's struggling to keep his composure right now.
You know, between me and you, Bathamo, I mean, Magir is a little bit of a baby sometimes when it comes to stuff like this. Doesn't surprise me. I thought it was so bad, but I mean, wasn't the worst thing that's happened to me this week. And I will...
Anyway, the one last of you that was there. And he will move on to Kedron, who I will now roll for. Kedron just walks
Roll
on
double
Leo.
for him because he's the one that threw the dagger.
I'm taking advantage on one of the damage rolls. As Balthomel is a little extra rough with him. Coming out to 22 points of psychic damage.
And
Nice.
Kedron dies.
No, he's got 85 points. He's
That must be nice.
yeah, right? And Balthomel kind of his torso straightens up and his legs kind of do that weird little imp thing that Granddaddy Long Legs do as he settles down and he goes, finished. And a quite satisfying meal, thank you. If you ever need to be forgotten elsewhere, come find me.
How do we do that?
He'll know. And he points at Orthax.
What? Bathomal, if you are such a gentle soul as we have now found out, how can we be of assistance to you so you don't have to struggle the way you currently do?
You could find a way for me to feed without having to kill.
I have a couple ideas that are not conventional at this time.
That would be a place that I can live without being cut apart in the streets would be handy. I mean, don't get me wrong, this basement is spacious, but it's a basement.
I would assume creating a what is the word? I'm struggling to remember the like victim remove program,
What, bro?
witness protection program. So
I mean,
for-
not currently that you know, but I mean, you could try to
yeah,
start one
but
later.
essentially create a witness protection program / psychology practice of just like, oh, well, you have memories you want to forget, or you want to be forgotten.
He can
Cool.
only do the second one.
Um,
He doesn't eat your memories. He eats other people's memories through you, of you, specifically.
So you want to be forgotten by those who caused you trauma, so you can avoid being traumatized by them, or you want to be forgotten because witness protection program. Cool. You walk in with a blindfold and
It
your
hurts.
bugs.
Also, I would like to point out that the amount of damage received was enough to kill most normal people.
so how often can like if they run out of people that remember them, does that like what happens then?
I mean, usually they die by that point. You know the amount of people that you meet, even at passing in a given lifetime.
Right, but like, so if per this is gonna sound really bad. Um, if per se, like you locked somebody up and you had enough people, like over time, you know, would that work or like if you
Sorry,
wrote
what are
in
you asking? Yeah, as a DM, I'm confused.
as a
If you have a prison and you had this guy feed off the prisoners like a memory at a time per day from persons,
would that is that
Kill them?
no, not kill, like he can like take some memories, right?
Hmm.
What I'm specifically asking is
feed a little bit off
let's
a lot
say
of people.
if we had a bunch of priestesses or priests of a certain Baphomet that messed with our church and we locked them up.
I love it.
This
It's dark.
this
I love it.
no, this seems like an appropriate response to what they did. The punishment must suit the crime. I feel like
Honestly, I have no idea. I've only ever fed off of a person to the last memory in a single go before. I've never tried to space it out.
well, I mean, like you just spaced it out with us.
No, I mean like taking every single memory of a person over time. I don't know what happens when I take the last one.
Or like how
Because
often
they always die by the time I get it done.
right, but like how often do you need like I'm assuming this is how you eat, right?
You assuming what?
I'm assuming this is how like he eats.
Yes.
Yeah. How often do you need to
If I consume an entire person, I can go off of what I just consumed for you. A month.
mm-hmm.
But if you're wanting me to slowly devour the memories of them by other people over time, I don't know what happens when I take the last one.
Well, like I don't care if you like end it quick. I'm just saying like if we so
You
I'm
want
It
me
would
to be an
program. It
execution.
would be limited, but you'd have a steady supply coming in. And as far as the prisoners, if they are on death's row, it won't matter when you take the last one. But it would be a continued punishment to sustain you for a period of time per prisoner. And if
His
the last,
eyes kind of fall to the ground. He kind of punches in on himself a little bit. The same as the other bosses. I have completed this contract before, and I'll complete it again. I will be your execution. That is what you wish.
that's
we
not
got,
that's not
well,
what we're wanting.
the hope
We
would be for them to stay alive.
what
But in the event that you are not able to prevent it, there would not be consequences that would befall you for that. The goal would be to feed you and keep them alive.
I will consider if you would.
what's your like so he mentioned that you used to Like he came from the abyss originally, or he like ended up there.
Are you asking him or are you asking Orthax?
I'm forgetting what the exact words Orthax.
Orthax said he used to be a demon. That's all he said.
So like, what's your view on demons?
I hate them.
You hate
specifically Lolth.
So
if I could rip her eyeballs out and shove it down her throat, obviously she's way too powerful.
Right. We don't really know any demons in Lolth, but like a bunch of priests of Baphomet kind of like worked their way into our church and kind of like messed it up pretty bad. So if we were to say, I don't know, capture a bunch of them, and you could make them, pay for their sins, and that helps you out at the same time,
You can eat them as much as you want.
or as little as you want. It's up to you.
I do not like demons in general. Neither those that serve them. I won't kill them. Given a choice, I will not kill them.
That is perfectly fine.
When you have freed this realm, I will.
Thank you, Baphomet. And I offer to shake his hand, or at least one of.
It's Belthogel.
Did I say it wrong?
Yes.
You said Baphomet.
Oh, I meant to say his actual name. That's my bad as a player.
Full title been given. Spellthomal lethal memories, but some more of a descriptor. Shake, shake. With his humanoid hand that comes off of his humanoid torso. Not spider like.
I'd like to point out, I'm not being rude. I'm definitely not shaking his hand, though.
That's pretty rude.
I mean, no, McGear just tried to shake his hand. I don't know that, like, is he trying to shake everybody's hands?
No, he just shook McGear's hand.
Right, I'm just saying, like, I'm not, even though it's part of the conversation, I'm not, like, extending my hand to shake
Okay.
his.
He kind of looks around a little bit, but he doesn't make any overt gestures.
Thank you for your help. You've done us a great service today.
He walks over to Ilara, gets to where his spider body's almost on the ground, to where he's pretty close to eye level with you, and dips his head a little bit. Thank you for the help.
Of course.
And then, like the awkward antisocial person he is, he skitters onto the ceiling and away.
Okay, bye.
He wants love. He just doesn't know how to do it.
What is love?
Kedron hurt me.
Yeah, pretty
Don't hurt
much.
me no more.
Congratulations. I finally circled back around to Balthomel after like 2 years. We made it, guys. We made it back around to Balthomel.
And he didn't get a dagger in the face immediately this time.
Because Jacob wasn't here. That's what I was worried would happen. I would reveal it's Balthomel and then just dagger, dagger, dagger.
Can we
But
just
instead he got a hug.
Can we just for once be a normal group of people, and when we meet up with somebody that's wronged us in the past, we aren't just like, oh, it's okay, let's side with whatever you need us to do.
This is what I do, though.
The All-Father preaches forgiveness.
Listen, he said the only reason he ate your friend is because your friend came after him first.
Right, but this isn't the first time we've done it.
Who else? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. So, anyways, given the fact that half of the party isn't here, and I feel like going after the Wand of Orcus is an all hands on deck sort of scenario, Probably gonna go ahead and call it here for the night. It's a little early, but
Can we return to the inn in long rest?
yeah, that's fine. Orthax will take you back to the inn. It's getting pretty late in the evening by this point, and you can long rest if you so choose.
Man, Orthax is like a chauffeur now.
As the rift opens and he deposits you all there around 6 o'clock in the evening, he's extra point of information. You might want to know this. We expect the first rifts to be opening in this area within about 8 hours. Bye. Slam's closed.
Gosh, dang it! That means that if we take a long rest, we're gonna. Yeah, let me just.
We have to take a long.
No, we don't. We have
I
to
need
steal.
to.
It doesn't matter. When you gotta steal the wand, we're gonna be stealing with demons next to us.
How long does the long rest take?
8
8 hours.
hours.
I
Which is
mean,
when the rift show up.
I need a long rest.
okay,
What spell do I have?
right.
So anyways,
Well,
we will pick
gosh
this
dang
up
it.
next week, possibly. It's Father's Day next week. I think I should be home in time. I'm going out to my dad's house that day. I think I should be home in time. I'll let you all know.
Tentatively next week.
Tentatively next week, but definitely not the week after because I will be in Florida. And I'll have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to get my flight back the next day. But definitely the week after that. Peace.
Cool.
And until next time, Deus Vault.